Well, it's senior night in Blacksburg, a very emotional match for a few of these Virginia Tech seniors, Josh, and a very important one on top of that. So not only do you have the realization that it's your final game here at Thompson Field in the regular season, then you have to play your arch rival right after this.
It's huge for these seniors, and they've got a few guys that are going to make a difference that are seniors. The one I want to focus on, though, today is a freshman. Pereira has been outstanding box-to-box midfielder. He'll be big for them again today, I think.
Now take a look at this Virginia lineup. Their defense has been stellar all year.
And part of the reason their defense is so good is because they possess the ball so well. Euland, just a freshman, has been so impressive to me from all the tape that I've watched on him. Smooth on the ball. He'll get stuck into challenges, win headers. All around a great center back on the ball.
Virginia 12-1-1. Their lone loss of the season was to Pittsburgh. Really a surprise in the Coastal Division, while the Hokies come into this one at 7-3-2, 1-3-2 in the ACC. Virginia in the white, Virginia Tech in the maroon tonight here at Thompson Field. What a great match we have for you here on ACC Network Extra. A crucial match in the grand scheme of ACC men's soccer with tons of matches to look out for tonight.
There's a lot on the slate for tonight. Going on right now, Louisville and North Carolina. Boston College and Clemson are playing tonight. Duke versus Pitt, and there's 2 more games tomorrow for men's soccer. So we're determining that final positioning for the end of the season tournament. There's only one other game that these teams would play in ACC play after this. So this, tonight and tomorrow, big, big games.
There's Daniel Pereira for Virginia Tech with another freshman walking right by him. Nicole Clark-Smith, the senior, dapping up his freshman buddy on this team as the Hokies look for their first win against Virginia since 2005. Since 1975, Virginia Tech has only beaten the Cavaliers 2 times, and that was 2004 and 2005 in consecutive years. Virginia, meanwhile, has compiled one of the best national programs in college men's soccer history. Pereira passes it back, and we are underway at Thompson Field. Euland with the early header. Strickler in the box. Back for Clark-Smith. Brendan Moyer's one of those seniors. Draws a foul and an early free kick for the Hokies.
And we focused on the fouls and yellow cards in the last year clash, and here we go. We've got a foul within the first minute. Set pieces are hugely important. We know Ingeson will get on some, and this time it looks like he's going to lay off and let his teammate take it instead.
Yeah, Ingeson, usually the guy to bend it in, also playing on his senior night, but now the freshman Daniel Pereira, who went to high school in nearby Roanoke, Virginia. Sets up with a free kick. Remember, those goals last year in this matchup were scored within the first 10 minutes. Chipped inside and headed away. Blacklock now. That'll be a goal kick for Virginia. Sent that a bit early, but it did go across the back line.
And what will be interesting for Virginia Tech throughout this game to see if they can execute on a few things. And one of those is capitalizing on the chances that they get. You saw one right there. That's a set piece. That's a big chance at the beginning of the game. They're not going to get as many chances as they have against other teams. Virginia's locked down. They're going to possess the ball a lot of the game. And kind of on that same note, they have to create chaos. Put some balls into the box. If you get a set piece or a throw-in from the side, you've got to put Virginia under pressure and just disorganize and hope you get a rebound. That's how they scored their goal last year, off a sideline throw-in.
Now for Virginia, trying to push the ball forward. A name to watch out for, number 9, Daryl DK.
And for Virginia, you're just going to play the ball around and try and keep it if you're going to stay on the front foot throughout this one and try and win the game. And in addition to that, you just got to keep it simple. Keep playing your game like you have all year long. That's why they were the #1 team in the nation for a while. I think the possession game is going to be huge. Virginia Tech's going to be playing a lot on the back foot trying to counter.
Well, now trying to sneak into the attacking third is Christo Strickler with a sneaky move there. And forces a corner kick.
And these set pieces are going to be huge throughout the game. The corner kicks, if they start adding up a little bit, I really don't think Virginia Tech's going to have too many of them in this game, at least as many as they've had in previous. You have to make these count. You've got to queue up your set pieces and what you've drawn up on the training ground and make it count here.
Second set piece of the night for Virginia Tech, their first corner kick. Taken low, and another corner.
We've seen that set piece before. It's Ingeson coming to the front post, and instead of going for the goal himself, just flicking it on. If you get enough on it, again, it's that creating chaos concept. Put it in and see if you can mix it up a little bit.
Another corner for James Kasak, the senior for Virginia Tech. Knocked back and nearly in the net. Still loose. Clark Smith on the volley. Headed up by Will Mejia. Labovitz. Strickler. Working off of Afame Funa. Stays Virginia Tech possession. Not these first 4 minutes. You're usually going to see a Virginia team that possesses for most of this match. And so far it's been all Virginia Tech as far as possession goes.
Well, it was the first kick of the game that dictated it. They played it long immediately. They kind of piled guys up on the left-hand side and just trying to keep the ball moving into the box. And this first goal, if it comes for either team, if it's early, that's big in this one. It could be a 1-0 type game.
And last year ended up being 1-1. High flying ball across the box and a throw in for Virginia. Well, Virginia Tech headed by Mike Brizendine trying to get the Hokies back to the NCAA tournament. They have a solid chance of doing that, and it would be a school record 4th straight time to the big dance for Virginia Tech.
And another thing that he could break a streak on in the other way is getting his first win against UVA. 0-8-4 against the Cavaliers. It's pretty crazy. He's had such a successful career with Virginia Tech, still trying to get that first win against his in-state rivals.
Oh, Will Mejia passes back to Matthias Swaneveld. Well, Virginia looking like they were almost cruising across in a quick little break there, headed by Iracoze Donaciano.
And you know, you come into the games and you anticipate how the teams will play, and then sometimes it goes the exact opposite of what you think in the first few minutes, and that's really been the case. Virginia Tech is the team pressing high. They're keeping stuck in, as you see it here. They are pushing their players up, high up the field, and Virginia's not comfortable with possession right now.
Hokies trying to get it past Afame Funa, one of those crucial defenders, the captain, senior from Germany.
Afame Funa is an outstanding outside back. He will overlap in the attack. He's very good on the defensive end, and he's one of the most skilled players on the field as well.
Well, Labovitz tried to cut in. Virginia had other thoughts. Clark Smith. Jockeyed by Gunnarsson. Still loose at midfield. Here's Clark Smith. Into the Virginia bench. Quick throw in by Euland. There's Durst getting a start for Virginia Tech. We saw him play against Notre Dame. That was his first rep of the year. But as Virginia comes into this one with an incredible 12-1-1 record, George Gelnevach in his 24th season as the head man of Virginia soccer.
And he's really been, he's been in it in the soccer community for a long while. He has U.S. soccer national team appearances to his name. He is really an outstanding coach. He organizes his team well, and there's a reason why they're within the top 10 throughout most of the season.
Kasak with a left foot. And it was easy for Shuttler. Yeah, Gelnevach, the coach of Virginia for 24 years. The coach before him was Bruce Arena, who eventually coached the U.S. men's national team.
Absolutely. Following in some big footsteps, and he's done it justice is the amazing thing. He has really brought this Virginia team to the historic success that they're used to. Outstanding job, and playing in such a tough conference as well is a tall task. He's done very well in his position.
Yeah, such a deep conference the ACC is, but Virginia, the last soccer national champion, at least in the men's side, from the ACC, that was back in 2014.
And when we were on the call with Coach Gelnevach, and we were asking him questions, one of them was about what do you think about this team making it back to the national championship? And of course, his answer is, well, every year we expect to do that. But he thought this year's team especially, they have the talent, they have the overall depth, they're strong at every position. He really felt like they could be well positioned for an NCAA tournament run.
Certainly has all of the talent to do so, and looking for yet another ACC win. Their lone loss to Pittsburgh, the surprising team, and then they did draw against Boston College. The only goal that the Eagles scored in that game against Virginia was actually an own goal off of Hewland.
And I'm glad you brought it up. We talked about it before the game started. In that Boston College game, Boston College had how many shots on goal? Zero.
Right.
0 shots on goal. Incredible. The only goal they scored was off of an own goal, and Virginia's done that twice. They did that against Boston College and Western Michigan earlier in the year as well. When you can hold a team to that, where they cannot take a shot and test your goalie at all, outstanding defensively. It speaks to their possession as well on the offensive end, just keeping the ball away from the other team.
Here's Christo Strickler. Fame Funa right behind him. What a pass. Durst on a break. Outnumbered, dishes off to Strickler. Cuts in and flails the ball out to the left, but a whistle blows. Free kick. Virginia Tech. Or will it be a corner?
Looks like they'll get another chance off the set piece from the corner, and that time it was Durst making a bursting run up. The ball was a little bit behind Strickler. His first touch let him down a little bit, but Virginia Tech, really good offensive momentum. So far, Virginia's had a little possession, not a lot of shots on goal or opportunities.
Another corner for the Hokies. Brendan Moyers. Now a goal kick for Virginia.
And it'll be throughout this game. One of the things we'll be looking for is Shuttler playing the ball out of the back to his center backs. You'll see the center back set up here off this goal kick. They're going to spread really wide and wait for possession. The center backs are really good with the ball at their feet. As you see Hewland skip by a man, he's incredible at that. And then Shuttler as well, really good. As a goalkeeper, you always think, oh, you know, they're really good with their hands. But he is really good with his feet as well. And he's been outstanding in the ACC as far as his stats.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. One of the top goalkeepers in the country. Along with those ACC ranks, he's the #2 goalkeeper in the country in goals against average. UVA as a team has only allowed 4 goals all season.
It's the best mark in the country. And there's no other teams that have allowed 5 goals at all.
Right.
So it's just outstanding. They're one of the best teams in the country. Coach Gelnevach, when we were talking about what Shuttler could do back there, he said, yeah, he's great with his hands, but we really like him because he's great with his feet too. He really harped on that.
Blacklock on a through ball. Flag came up as Hewland saved the day for Virginia. So it will be tough for Virginia Tech to get past this defense, and then you go through the final line, the goalkeeper, Colin Shuttler, who's at times like a brick wall back there. He clears it away, but, you know, talking with Coach Gelnevach before the match, he says what's so great about this defense for Virginia is that the other team just doesn't have the ball that much. They are so good on possession.
Right, and look at that. The other teams on that list, 5 goals against, and none of them are playing in the ACC. So, you know, they have done a really good job of keeping teams out of the net.
Virginia Tech trying to be an outlier in that conversation.
And so far, the possession, the opportunities, they've all been going Virginia Tech's way. It's gone a little bit against script as to what we came in thinking would happen. Home field advantage, you've got the wind in your sails from a win in your last game. They've come out really aggressive.
Here's Clark Smith. Nick Blacklock, promising freshman for the Hokies. It's a goal kick.
And just to give you an idea on that, that's Blacklock pressuring the center back. Blacklock's playing in center mid, so he is getting pushed way, way up the field, and they're putting pressure on way up. I mean, it looks like sometimes they're playing with 4 forwards up the field, the way they're pressing the wings and center mids at times.
Hewland tracks back for Virginia. DK matched with Ingeson. 3 Cavaliers join him in the box. DK off the side of the net, goal kick.
DK is one to watch out for in the attack. The lone forward for the Cavaliers. He'll be playing that center striker spot, and he's their leading goal scorer this year. He's been really outstanding. He can get the ball into the back of the net and really make things happen. His brother played in the MLS, so he's got some soccer in his veins for sure.
Yeah, scored 2 goals against St. Louis. And, you know, Daryl DK, such a talented forward. But if you look at this Virginia roster and as far as just the stats go and just their distribution, they're just such a deep team.
They can get goals from anywhere. I mean, it could come from a center back or an outside back in the run of play as well. So they really can find any place to strike from at any point in the game. You never know. You just never know. And that's why you've got to be on your toes throughout the game, and you've got to make sure that you are disciplined on defense.
Long pass up for Nathaniel Crofts. How about this, Will Mejia? Showing the range there to get back on the ball. I think that battle right there with Christo Strickler and as well as Robin Afamefuna, I mean, that's going to be a battle to watch out for tonight. Can the forward get past one of the better senior defensive players in the ACC?
And if Virginia continues to play that possession style throughout the game, eventually that outside back is going to push forward, which leaves the space in behind. If Virginia Tech gets the ball back and Strickler is very aware of what's going on, it could be an opportunity for a break down the wing. But that being said, Virginia, as they've shown, is a very disciplined team on defense. They're usually going to be also very aware of someone trying to sneak in behind.
Back for Shuttler. Bit of a loose pass as Kessler scoots it out to Afamefuna. Crofts, great move. John Ingeson ended that. And the Hokies will have a throw-in.
Very hardy clearance there to get the ball away. You see the trickiness of Crofts as well. He is very good with the ball at his feet. In the first goal against St. Louis in their last game, he had a beautiful heel flick to keep the play going for the Cavaliers. And the little guy, 5'7", he got on the score sheet against Virginia Tech last year with the header of all things. He is outstanding with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, ended up being his first ever goal, but at the end of the 2018 season, led the team in points. A break for Virginia, and the flag came up. Oh, Axel Gunnarsson, it was one-on-one with him and Matthias Swanefeld, but a crucial offside call.
This one will be good to look at. That's really close, just a step maybe. You saw the line that was drawn underneath. I think he was a step, but just that. That's one where the assistant referee easily could have said, let him go, and I would not have had any qualms about it.
Well, Virginia Tech saved by the AR.